Hello my friends and welcome to Italy, a place to love YouTube channel. The channel where I like to talk about the good, the bad and all we have to know about Italy. So today, because as you can see here, basically I came on the beach. Anyway, it's a lovely day. It's Wednesday, 27th of August. No complaint, temperature is lovely, over 30 degrees, 31 degrees Celsius. Um, and so here I came. This is the first day that I decided to come anyway, since I'm back from my holidays, from my trip in Russia, so where I've spent 2 months, nearly 2 months over there. But anyway, today I came on the beach here just to enjoy and relax. As you can see, anyway, there are enough people. I have to say, to be Wednesday, the beach, it's not empty at all. The beach is not empty at all, which is fine, which is good. Also, I was speaking with the owner of the Lido. Lido is what is called, what we call this place, where you rent the umbrella and the sunbeds. Some people in the previous video that I've done on the beach were asking me, Antonio, but why don't you go on the free beach? I prefer here, anyway, I'd rather pay anyway and have the umbrella, because if it's too hot, if it's too warm, anyway, it's nice to have a bit of shadow, anyway, to have the sunbeds, a bit of comfort. Also, you have the bar over there where you can have a coffee, a limonata, an ice cream, crisps, panino, or you can also have lunch like beautiful calamari fritti. Anyway, you can have spaghetti with mussels. So they do some dishes here, and I'm in Lido, Torre Pietra. Let's make a bit of advertising. So now I'm in Zapponeta. I'm in between, because I don't like busy places. I'm not a fan of crowded beaches. So I always pick the places where, okay, there are some people, but not extremely crowded, not 20 rows of umbrellas. Here, as you can see, there are kind of 3 horizontal rows made of a certain amount of umbrellas. Anyway, not really packed, noisy with music. As you can see here, there's no music. I prefer simply, obviously, that's my choice, that's what I like. I really enjoy quiet places. Maybe I'm too old. Anyway, let me move a bit. Let me take a seat under the shadow. Here there are lovely chairs where you can sit. You see, these are the comforts that you can have in what we call Lido. So now I'm in Lido Torre Pietra. Lido Torre Pietra, which is the one. There are 2, 3 different, 4, 5 different Lidos in this area, but I like this one. I really like the owner. He's a very nice man, so I'd rather come here. A bit of advertising. So I'm in between 2 towns. One is Zapponeta, which is in Foggia province, Apulia region, and then the other nearest town, which is 9 kilometers going southern direction, which is Margherita di Savoia. But Margherita di Savoia is in Barletta Andria Trani province. So these are the 2 northern provinces of Apulia region: Foggia, Barletta Andria Trani. Then you have Bari province, Brindisi, Taranto and Lecce province. The more you go southern direction, anyway, you find those provinces. But anyway, because I come from Montemilone, Margherita di Savoia is the nearest place from Montemilone. It's just 1 hour driving, while to come here 1 hour and 10 minutes, 1 hour maximum and 15 minutes, considering that I'm driving very, very slowly. But so now let's talk about, after this big introduction, describing a bit the place, First of all, put like and subscribe if you support my channel. Share it with your friends if you want to share it. And also, if you want, you can join my Facebook group, which is called Italy, a Place to Love. And I would highly recommend. I like to share posts. You are also free to share anyway, whatever you like about Italy. Okay, let's talk because the topic today is a bit the financial. I want to touch about the money topic. All right. So, how much does it cost one day trip on the sea? Now, I want to tell you how much it costs to me. So, how much I spent to come here on the beach from Monte Milone, and then generally a bit I want to talk about this news that we had booming all the summer, even if I was abroad, even if I was in Russia. I was constantly watching when I had the chance the Italian news, and there were big complaints about the costs, the prices to rent umbrellas and sunbeds in certain parts of Italy. But I will tell you later. So basically, here today I just said to my wife, listen, let's go to Zapponeta, let's go to Lido, Torre Pietra, tower, stone. Torre Pietra is like a stone tower, which is near here. There is an ancient stone towers from the invasions, blah blah blah. That's what it takes the name from. But so I just said, let's go, let's spend the money that we need to spend, all right? But just to understand how much money we need to come to spend a day here. So basically, let's start from the petrol. To come here, I need to put 10 euro petrol. Let's say if I have the tank of my car empty, so how much I need, let's say 10 euro petrol, no more, no less. It's around 10 euro petrol. Then obviously it depends if I drive very fast, very slow, okay, but can be no more than that. So 10 euro petrol. Then how much did I pay to rent one umbrella? So one umbrella, two sunbeds, and the parking space for the car, because many people are complaining and it's not very safe to park the car here in Apulia region for certain kind of reason. People are saying that anyway that there are thieves, that they're stealing car. Let's say here there's the people used to say that they are very professional in stealing cars, obviously, which is not good. Nobody wishes, to find a car stolen, and that's a drama anyway. That's something that I never wish to anyone. But anyway, it's also nice to have a kind of private parking, where your car is safe. And here the majority of the people are going for all beaches with private parking, simply for the safety of the car. So for the umbrella, for the parking, and for the sunbeds, two sunbeds, me and my wife, I paid 15 euro. Okay, now 15 euro, 1 5, which is nothing. It's nothing if I'm thinking about the news that I was following in these days about they say that this summer season for most of the businesses, the touristic businesses, had been a fiasco, had been a flop, had been something that anyway all the Lidos like this one were complaining that they were empty, there was no tourism, and also anyway that the prices for the tourists that were traveling in these places, in these touristic places, complaining that the prices were simply mad. But let me know under the comment section. I mean, I'm talking 15 euro for two people, not each. So at the moment I spent 10 euro for the petrol, 15 euro for to have the comforts, to have the sunbeds, the parking and the umbrella. And then anyway, while we were driving here, we stopped in the town before this place, again the town called Margherita di Savoia, and we stopped to a lovely bakery where they bake fresh bread, fresh pizza, freshly baked pizza, freshly baked bread, lovely panetteria. That's what we call in Italy the places where they make fresh bread. Forno. Forno is a baker. Anyway, these are bakery and also selling. Anyway, they are not only making the bread, but they're also selling. And I bought a huge pizza, typical southern Italian pizza, quite thick, not like the one you eat in pizzeria, in the restaurants, which usually is very, very thin. So I bought one big pizza, tomatoes and mozzarella for just 5 euro. The whole pizza, which we share, me and my wife, in two. Also because I don't like to eat a lot when I'm coming. Also, there is the chance to eat here. There is on the other side of the Lido. There are tables where you can eat. You just say to the owner, oh, I would like one dish with spaghetti and mussels, calamari fritti, fried calamari, and different type of dishes. They don't really have a big menu, a fresh salad. Anyway, you can have a selected menu. It's usually fish that is just caught by the owner of the Lido, which he has anyway. He goes in the morning to fish. Anyway, beautiful, beautiful, fresh and quality food. So, and you can have an extra dish. But again, so 10 euro petrol, 15 euro for the sunbeds, umbrella and parking, and 5 euro for the pizza. Today, I'm telling you, I just decided on purpose to spend the minimum that is necessary to spend a day on the beach. So we are talking about 30 euro. 30 euro divided by 2, because we are in 2, is like 15 euro each. Now 15 euro each, guys, my friends, it's nothing. Come on. What can I say? I find hard to find other places where I'm gonna spend less than this. It's impossible. I'm saying, so for example, why is not convenient for me to spend a week here? I'd rather drive up and down. It's 1 hour driving, so why should I pay, even if some people do, for example, to come here on these touristic locations and just to rent a bungalow or to rent an apartment or a B&B and to have these extra expenses. But I prefer simply to do up and down, to come. My plan from now until the season is good, and I hope until the mid of October, to come at least twice a week until the 15th of September, and then at least once a week until the 15th of October. I can cope with the if the water is not very extremely warm. I can cope with that. I'm enjoying. For me, it's enough to have just to swim, because I love to swim. Anyway, and then let's talk about this season, which it seems like it was a disaster. Then the first thing I've asked to the owner of the Lido Torre Pietra here in Zapponeta, Foggia province, I said, so I heard such awful news in these days while I was abroad. How it was your season? I mean, and he said, Antonio, zero complaints, all right. I was packed. Now I left, last time I came here was the 28th of June. Okay, so July, I miss, let's say I miss all July and nearly all August, because now we are at on the 27th of August. Now he had higher prices for these 2 months, because when it's the peak season you don't pay only 15 euro for the umbrella and the parking. I think the price range between 20 and 25 euros, all right, because obviously, but still 20 or 25 euro, I wouldn't go mad, I would do it. Now I wouldn't come, for example, during the weekend. Probably 25 euro is it if you come on Saturday and Sunday, which are festive days. But if you come during the week, it's usually 20 euro. 20 euro I can still afford. Anyway, it's not a big amount of money for two people. 20 euro always divide by two, not per person. It's like 10 euro per person. Like today was 7.50 euro per person, as I said. But he had no complaints. He said, no, apart that this man is established many years now here, more than 40 years that he has this Lido. He has local customers who are coming just to him. So he rely on the local customers coming from the nearest town, like Foggia, Cerignola, Canosa, Andria, Barletta, Trani. Anyway, I would highly recommend this part of Puglia, the northern part of Puglia. Apart that we are very, very close to Gargano Peninsula, which is also beautiful. And actually there is a location, a touristic location in the Gargano Peninsula called Vieste, which it seems to be one of the most expensive in Puglia. And I heard that the prices were just 50 euro, 60 euro. Now, the funny thing about these high costs that, okay, let's put it like that. First of all, it seems like the touristic season didn't go very well because there were not many tourists. First of all, okay, this is the first thing. Second, the prices were high, okay, so basically these pushed people to go to the free beaches more than the Lidos, these places like you have these type of services, toilets, showers. Also, it's important to have toilets, or if you want to have take a shower after the day, you know, you might have salty skin and so on. So basically, the funniest story that I heard from some places, apart that were extremely expensive, I heard stories where people were paying 70 euro, even 100 euro for an umbrella and two sunbeds, and the joke was, I don't need one, I already have mine at home, I mean, I don't need to buy. But that's not for sale, you know. 70 euro, 100 euro is just for one day. So, but the joke, if you get it, is that people thought they were selling for that price, because I think that's the cost of an umbrella and two sunbeds, maybe around 100 euro. I'm joking. But the funniest story is that in some places you were not even allowed to bring your own food and your own drinks. So you were not allowed, they were checking your bag to see if you had a bottle of water, simply because the owners of the Lido wanted you as a customer to go and buy water from here, from the bar, or buying the food from their bar. So that's crazy. That's something that I never, I don't remember. All right, my friends, listen, I hope I made a decent video. I've been talking for a while, and so now I have a call, and I need to answer to this call. So I wish you a lovely day, and so let me know under the comment section if you heard, if you listened to any news from, even from abroad, about this problem that we had here in the south of Italy, in Italy in general, with the high prices, all right, with very mad prices about renting umbrellas. So what would you have done, for example? Would you have preferred to go to a public beach, or you prefer to come to a private beach? Or what is, for you as a foreigner, what is for you affordable and what is not, and what is for you not affordable. So just let me know under the comment section. Anyway, also if you had previous awful experience or very positive experiences. So overall, just this, let me know. Here I'm enjoying, so I'm going to swim again now because it's 1 o'clock. No, I think it's nearly 2 p.m. now. I had the pizza just before recording the video. I had this lovely pizza made freshly baked from the bakery. And so, my friends, let me show you just a few seconds here of the place if you watch up to now. So, because now is lunchtime, people are not in the sea. In Italy we have this habit that basically after lunch people are not swimming, they don't go in the sea at least for 1 hour and a half, 2 hours. As you can see, bar. Here you can also drink beers, you can buy beers, you can have gin tonic, spritz, this type of... Anyway, we enjoy so much. This is a prickly pear. Okay, this is not a cactus. I don't know if you are familiar. Now, there are no fruits here, but they make a lovely sweet fruits, this cactus here, and it's called prickly pears. All right, my friends, I hope you have enjoyed. So, I'll see you here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel. Maybe I will talk more about these crazy stories. Anyway, I'm a bit sad because to know that maybe not many tourists are coming. I'm sad to know that not many families can afford long holidays. Maybe they can only arrange 1 or 2 days. Then obviously, if you're like me, that you don't live far from the sea, you might do up and down. But if you're living in a city, you would like to have, for example, to spend a week, 2 weeks. I will make a video when maybe in the past, in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, was a common thing for the Italian to spend 1 month on the beach. 1 month. I remember me as a child, me, my mom, my father, and my sister, we were renting apartments for 1 month, from the 1st of August till the last day of August, till the 30th or the 31st, now I don't remember, and now it's something that is completely gone. I mean, one family with one person working could afford, back in the 80s, the whole month of August on holiday. And nowadays, I'd say with the same budget, you probably can afford 3-4 days in any touristic place here in the south of Italy. In Italy, not only in the south. All right, my friends, have a nice day, and I'll see you here on Italy, A Place to Love YouTube channel. Bye.